Nicole Joseph Cupid, CEO of Business Lifeline Limited, and I want to thank you for joining us for today's episode of Meet Your Neighborhood Entrepreneur. Today we are in the wonderful neighborhood of Arima, visiting with our very much favorite funeral director, Mr. Junior Armstrong of Junior Armstrong
Memorial Funeral Services.
Memorial Funeral Services.
It's a mouthful.
Thank you very much. So, Junior, welcome to today's
Thanks very
edition
much.
of Meet Your Neighborhood Entrepreneur. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you that have been supporting this initiative, the support to the entrepreneurs, as well as sharing the information. So we really appreciate that, and we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Now, as some people may say, we are going to take a trip to the dark side.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my gosh.
Always remember the first 3 letters in funeral is fun. So you're going to have fun.
Definitely. Now, I really like spending time with Junior because Junior is the happiest funeral director I have ever met.
Guaranteed.
So today we're going to have a very interesting journey into the funeral home agency.
Right.
Junior, before we go on, I just want to ask you a bit about your entrepreneurial journey. Now, as a young individual, many times you dream of, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. Did you dream about wanting to be a funeral director?
Hell yes. More than a dream, it's a passion.
Okay.
I love what I do. I love people, love meeting people. It's just the ultimate service you could provide for somebody on their last.
Okay.
To the deceased and to the customer.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us why you're so passionate about it. Give us that alternative view, because for a lot of people, funerals and deaths and all the things associated with it is quite scary.
Yeah.
But this is something that you deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah. Well, it's part of it is part of my personality. I remember being younger and my parents thinking something was wrong with me because I'm always a happy child and a happy person.
We know that.
Yeah, so it just spill over into work.
Okay.
Right? I've been to funerals and people ask me why I'm smiling. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you because it's just part of my personality.
Right.
So to answer your question, it was just a natural fit for me. And I guess, as people say, opposite attract. Most times you'll think funerals or being in the industry, you'll have to be morbid and sad. Or if you watch all these old shows, you'll see somebody come out like Lurch and they will come out, good afternoon. I am not that person.
Try that voice again for us again.
Good afternoon. I am the complete opposite of that.
Right.
When I meet you, I try to smile, make it light, make it your situation, my situation, and make it that it'll be an easy transition. Right? So that's where I'm at with that.
Awesome. So you represent, is it second or third generation? Third generation of the Armstrong family in the funeral industry. And you say, you had a passion for it from very young. Now, that being said, of course, you would have had to embark on your own journey. Entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
All right. Well, my dad didn't leave the business very healthy. So there was a challenge of me now rebranding, getting finance, trying to beat my own path. Because remember, it's a brand that I inherited.
Right.
So finding myself and also burning the umbilical cord was truly a challenge for me because my father was a giant. Right? So
some people might argue you're a giant too.
Only in size. But I'm a teddy bear. So it started with I needed an initial injection of funds for a smaller business that I do. Well, used to do. And a cousin of mine has actually helped me with that, Christopher Armstrong. I'll give you the props. Right? So when he helped me, he didn't help me once, he helped me twice, because he trusted my judgment and he trusted me ultimately. So when he gave me the first help, I actually made a quick flip. I went to the bank. So at that point, I was banking with First Citizen. So they gave me an injection of funds, and I went from one level to another level. The challenges were I was ordering out of China. Not all the time they get first grade goods. So I had a big pitfall in the sense that I ordered some goods, and it cost me $250,000 in losses.
Wow.
And I had to also be able to redeem myself with my customers.
Okay.
So I had to apologize, explain my situation, and I got good support. I got good support because most of the customers, I retained them.
Awesome.
And they helped me along the way.
Would you say that your personality would have contributed to your ability to overcome those circumstances?
You have to be humble. You have to be humble. Not in all times things go your way. And you can't go around be blaming people, blaming yourself. Right? One of the things that I will touch on, God is my center. Right?
Nice.
I will let people know that all the time. I might do things, you might see me doing things, you might see me moving a certain type of way. I'm a human being, but I know where my God is and who He is in my life, right? So
Awesome.
I can tell you, He has helped me along the way a whole lot. A whole lot. Yeah. And it helps also with my personality because I remember where I come from, who I am, where I want to go, where I'm going. So God is always a nice
transit point.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people would be curious. How do you deal with the morbidity of that?
All right. Well, remember I told you in the first 3 letters of Funeral Home, it's fun, F-U-N. So I try to keep it very light. In fact, you have to. You can't go around absorbing all this energy. It will send you crazy. It will overwhelm you. It will take over everything and every aspect of your life. Recently, I realized that, I shouldn't say recently, maturing my family. I've been suffering a little bit because always going. But I've been trying to delegate more and do a whole lot less for the family, for my health, for a lot of other personal reasons, even spirituality too. So,
Right.
Yeah, you really have to pace yourself or you will burn out. And especially in our industry, we're dealing with people who are grieving, right? And there is also the spiritual side of it. It have people that come or situations that may happen with relatives that come to your facility. So you have to deal with people in a very diplomatic, spiritual, kind, loving way that you could give them the best service you could provide, and they could leave with a good feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
So service is an extremely important aspect of your business, and being able to share positivity even in very negative situations, you can attribute to the success and the continuity of your business, even the recovery from those difficult periods that you would have faced.
Yes.
You know, what sort of advice would you give to a young person or someone, you know, early on their entrepreneurial journey? You know, what kind of experience you'd want to share with them and insights?
Don't give up. Don't ever give up. The naysayers are going to be close. Going to be your parents, friends, colleagues, people right in your circle. They're not going to buy into what you may or may not want to do. But as long as you have that faith, and as long as you keep that light burning and don't give up, because of that light, is going to open up a spot in the dark for you, and doors will open. But you have to have patience also. Timing is crucial also. You may have a product, well, not most likely product. If you have a product like you're doing sales in something, the challenges are always there. There's a lot of challenges. So you have to be able to take the good with the bad. And when you get the good, you run with it. And when you get the bad, you run with it too. And take the blessings too. Learn from it ultimately. Right? Learn from it ultimately. But understand the challenges of your institution and your business. So that way you can move forward. And you can ask for advice. It have good advice, and then it have something called BA, bad advice. And you have to listen. You have to really listen to the good advice and really, really, really listen to the bad advice.
Awesome. So, Junior, I really want to thank you for taking the time to share your insights with us and give us the opportunity to even tour your facilities and just, get some insight as to what you do. And for a lot of people, it's taboo. Very, very taboo. People are still very much afraid of death and, spirits and different aspects, and to a large extent, like you say, television may have contributed to some of those.
And the bad boy.
Yes, and the bad boys, yes. But of course, meeting you and seeing from your point of view may actually help some other people have a slightly different view about life on the dark side.
Okay.
I want to thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Meet Your Neighborhood Entrepreneur. We encourage you to continue to like and share the videos as you show some support to the people who contribute to your life in your neighborhood. I am Nicole Joseph Cupid, and we thank you to say thank you to Mr. Junior Armstrong for being with us today.